Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Just scored this package deal, double trailer with 2 skis for a great deal, $900 for the whole package. Trailer needs some welding and the skis need some work like they always do. And what do we do here at GC Extreme? Well, we fix and restore them. So these project skis, we got a 96 XP with the 787 engine, and we got an 03 GTI with the 717, the 720 engine. Of course, I already have another 03 on the other side of the garage that I pulled the engine from last fall. We got to get that engine rebuilt and then that one. But yet, here's another one. Real quick rundown on both of these skis. Went out the middle of nowhere, Frazee, Minnesota, to a dairy farm. Tractors, dairy cows, Holstein cows, muddy, dirty, typical farm find, I guess. And kid was selling these. They were in his mom's name or dad's name or whatever, but they were having some issues with them. They haven't been ridden in a while. With the 96 XP, looked like they replaced some of the gas lines. We got some blue lines in there. Maybe they rebuilt or cleaned the carbs or rebuilt them, or we don't know. But he said the carbs were flooding out. So we have some carb issues. We also have, I tried to start it to do a compression test. I think the starter is stuck or broken. It just hums, just kind of spins like it's not doing anything. So I'm thinking the Bendex or something on the starter's messed up. So first thing in business with this will be to take the air box off, pull the starter off, put in a good starter, and then check our compression. So that's what my plan to do is on this one first. I already checked the compression on the 03 GTI. We have some issues with that. Not the compression. The compression's about 145-ish, so the compression's good on that. But it's got an aftermarket Chinese MPEM, so as soon as you go to put the key on, it cranks over a tad. It wants to crank over just a hair, like it's trying to start as soon as you put the key on. At first, I thought that would probably be a faulty solenoid or a faulty start switch. But my good buddy at Westside Power Sports, Nicholas Carnes, says that he bets you it's an aftermarket MPEM. There was a second MPEM, which I believe is the original OEM MPEM that was in the front compartment. And the one that's installed is an aftermarket MPEM with no Bombardier logo and stuff on it. So it's a Chinese MPEM. So I guess that's pretty common for those cheap MPEMs. He said the original MPEM was probably blowing the 5 amp fuse because of a bad diode. Basically not repairable. So owner probably got tired of that. And that's probably the issue why they got the aftermarket MPEM and it still didn't fix their problem or was having other issues. And we're going to assume it needs new carb rebuild anyway. So of course the gas lines in that are black in the 03, so we don't have to worry about that. Unlike in this one where they have the gray gas lines. So for the 03, we'll probably get another MPEM replaced in there from Nick at Westside. We'll see. But we'll get the carb rebuilt. We'll probably look at the pump, see how the pump is looking. Replace the carbon seal and do all that good stuff. And of course, we'll remove some of the decals off of it, clean it up, and go from there. The 96 XP here. We'll give it the carb treatment as well. Probably install a carrier bearing instead of the carbon seal and rebuild the pump as well. We'll give you a quick walk around to these 2 skis and we'll go over a few things. And the trailer. We'll show you where the trailer needs some work. Looks like a mid-90s, late 90s Caravan aluminum trailer. So gonna have to get some spots welded up on it. Nothing major. So let's do a quick walk around. Okay, so first let's look at the trailer. I already swapped a new jack, or not a new jack, but a different jack on. The old one was missing the pin there. And we've got some electrical issues. I'm probably going to rewire it. Our ground isn't connected, but these wires look crappy and old, so I'm going to rewire it. I don't know about winches. I might just keep those winches on there for now if I sell it, or maybe replace them. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to need new bunks, of course. We've got wooden bunks on that one with no carpet. I hate that. This fender here needs rewelding. Our bracket here up in there is broken. No, that's nothing major. The major issue, or the little major issue, is this crack in the frame right there. They've got this brace bolted in, but we'll get that welded up. But that's pretty much it for the trailer, as far as I can tell, other than, you know, needing bunks and light work and electrical work. So not bad. We'll go through the electrical and the wires and get it all wired up. Might need new tires. I don't know. They're holding air, but we'll see. So we'll start with the 03 GTI here. As you can see, we've got some scuffs here. Dock rash. It's not the prettiest. It's got its dock rashes. It's got a big gouge right there and up here. The other 03 GTI on the other side of the garage is in a lot better shape. We've got looks like someone tried to fix some gouges and stuff on the bottom hull. Nothing major, but we'll pop open the front capacitor, or the front hood. You can see this is the original MPIM. It's got the Bombardier logo and stuff right there. All the numbers. It looks like they're at least running mineral oil, so hopefully they're running the right oil. But I see seafoam in there, and I do not like seafoam. So that's... I wouldn't use too much seafoam in a two-stroke engine. We'll take off our seats. And there is the aftermarket MPIM. As you can see, it's all smooth here, nothing. I got my battery installed. And I was trying with that, I was checking the solenoid and stuff here to try to see if that was my issue. So I got that cover off. But it's dirty, probably an oil leak or something. We'll get that fixed, I'm guessing. This tank is probably leaking. And it looks like the gas tank is full of gas. Oh boy, it's going to be fun to empty out. I'm not liking that. We'll get these oil lines and filter replaced. We'll get the carb injection. We'll get the oil injection replaced. Those lines replaced down in there. We'll get the carb rebuilt. That's a single carb. Shouldn't be too hard. Hopefully our Welch plug there isn't leaking. So I put the key in here, I think. There we go. Okay. So we got the key here. As soon as I go to put it on, listen. See, it does that. It won't try to start. I'm not even pushing the red button. So we'll put that on there. I had it started before. Let me choke it. Here, I'm gonna put this on the stand. I had it started yesterday. I don't want to run it too much. Okay, so we'll choke her. There we go. Well, helps if I turn the gas back on, right? That helps. There she goes. So she does start and she will run. Probably need to adjust the idle, but we'll do that once we get the carb rebuilt. So she's smoking. I don't know if she was winterized, so, but we got good compression, so that's a plus. So good starting point. Now this ski has the OPAs, the off-powered assisted steering, which some people like, some people don't. So we'll take off our seat on the XP here. We'll remove our air cone. And I already removed my PTO cover. But we've got a blue gas line here. They don't even have a hose clamp on it. And it looks like we still have the original oil line and filter. We still have the original oil injection line in there, as you can see. And we might have some leaky raves. But I had the battery in this, tried starting it, and the starter just kind of hums. So we'll have to pull that starter off and replace that starter. And then we'll replace the carbon seal, get a carrier bearing in there. One thing I didn't check when I had the battery hooked up was if the VTS works. But let's see if we can take this cover off, and we'll see if we... Wow. Well, someone's been in here. It looks like they replaced the motor and just did some ties. But at least we don't have rust. We've got some oil or some lube, some grease. So that looks like an aftermarket VTS motor. So hopefully she works. The gauges look okay. They're not orange. They're a little faded. The multi-gauge did light up. Of course, I didn't check the VTS when I did that stuff earlier, but when I had the battery in. It looks like someone tried to buff or polish this or heat gun. Well, it was dirt. I don't know if that hood can be saved or not. I do not know, but maybe I can clean this up and smooth that out. I don't know. We'll see. Typical dirt and stuff. This will all get cleaned up though. This gel coat will get cleaned up. We've got some scuffs here. You can hide that with decals, of course. And the bottom looks typical. We've got some scratches and some scuffs. It's a little raw right here, but she's still pretty decent. So we'll pressure wash both of them. I'll get these mats off as I'm waiting for parts, for carb parts. And we'll do a little cleanup on it because I don't like working on dirty machines. So we'll clean them up a little bit inside and out. But I won't buff and polish them until all the major work is done. So but not bad for a pretty decent price. I'm excited to see if that 800 has good compression. It does turn over, so the engine is free and it turns over hard. I tried spinning the PTO, so it's got some resistance. So I'm thinking it should have good compression. So yeah, he was saying that this one was flooding out, like the carbs are flooding out. And then this one, he said it seemed like it was cutting out after about 10 minutes. It would cut out of power or lose power. I don't know if that's a carb bogging issue he was probably trying to describe, or if maybe it was an electrical issue with that new MPIM, or maybe it's a bog with just the pump, the wear ring and the pump. I don't know. But we will start with a carb rebuild, for sure, carb rebuild and new oil lines. As I said, this has already new black gas lines, so we're good with that. So, and of course, I have many other projects. I've got this, I think it's 96 or 97 GTX, needs a top end. So we're eventually going to pull the engine out of that and get that, send that to Peter at Fox Valley to get rebuilt. I don't know if that's going to happen this year or what, but we also have 296 GTIs here, a 95 XP hull here, and this hull here is going to a buddy. He's buying this hull. This is a 97 SPX hull. He's buying that. He's going to restore that and do a project or race ski with it. So, so basically I've got to decide which ones of these. I've got a good 717, another good 717 I'm going to have rebuilt. So which ones of these to redo first, the GTIs or another XP. So then over here we have, on my trailer, we have another 96 XP hull and a 99 SPX hull. So we got XP and an SPX here. So this this 96 XP hull is up for sale if someone wants to buy it. And then I got this 99 SPX that I'm probably going to keep for my collection. So yeah, so more projects for down the road. And then if we go over here, now this double trailer here will get my other two 95 800s on it. They're in storage. So this double trailer will set those. I still got to finish working on those, get the exhaust and pumps on. Up here we have the GS. I think the GS or GSI, I can't remember which one it was. I did a video on it before. So we got to do some hull repair on it. And then we'll get a rebuilt engine put in that, and that one will be good to go. And this is the other 03 GTI. This one's in much better shape. Hull is in better shape overall. It's a lot cleaner and nicer than that one. So yeah, this one's a lot nicer. This one's going to a buddy of mine, him and his wife. So after I get a new engine put in that, that'll be going to him. They want a good family ski, so that'll be for him. So we got projects, guys. We got projects. I got my motorcycle out here. I got to do an oil change in that. So I got to change oil in my truck too. But 2004 Kawasaki Vulcan 1500. This was my dad's. I bought it from him when he upgraded. So we're going to pull off probably one of the XP, the 96 XP out there, and put that on here and bring it in the garage to work on. So my wife's car will have to sit outside for a bit. Now over here in our little wood shed, this is where I had stuff. This is where the GTX was stored, but I just brought the lawnmower home from storage. So we're getting rid of putting away the snow stuff and getting out the lawn stuff. So I got my pressure washer. I'll be using that very soon for the cleaning. We got the push mowers. We got push mowers. And there is the snow shovels, sleds, and the snowblower I put away. So, and then there's all more parts. Those are all parts from those skis sitting out there. We got gas tanks. We got good old gas tanks there. I think I got 3 or 4 new gas tanks up there. We got 951 pipes. And we got some other engines there that have to be rebuilt. So, lots of projects, lots of projects. So I gotta have to put this sign up in my yard for sale, Sea-Doos. Once I still got Sea-Doos in storage that are ready for sale. That'll be coming out and getting sold very shortly. So lots of projects. So hope you guys enjoyed this walk around of these 2 skis I picked up. Stay tuned for more work and repairs being done on these skis. We'll rebuild the carbs, we'll clean them up, we'll do all the work. And so stay tuned for all those videos and more projects coming up. Check out all the other project videos. Check out some of the 3D printing videos. We got some stuff for sale, 3D printing models for sale, and a lot more coming. So stay tuned and hit that like button. Please leave a comment and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Thank you for watching this video. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks.